Okay, so just a quick update on the situation that we currently have on AUD JPY. Now let's start from the monthly time frame. Now on the monthly, clearly we have a market that has approached the previous high. In fact, from here the market had started all this huge move to the downside, and currently the market is testing exactly the same monthly structure from which we expect a move to the downside. Why? Because this is the pattern the market created: down, retracement, lower low, and equal high. After a move like this, you expect a retracement, so a wave to the downside, before the continuation to the upside for the creation of this inverted head and shoulders. So from here, you definitely expect the market to give you a shift to the downside. Going down on the weekly, what we can see now on the weekly time frame, we can see that the market rejected this supply area quite aggressively, and currently the market is again inside of this supply, from which we expect a wave to the downside. Specifically, the market is now showing a clear deceleration in approaching this structure resistance, from which we expect a shift to the downside. Going down on the daily, we can see that clearly, as we also said in our previous analysis, everything is still bullish and nothing changed from our previous analysis. The market did create a higher high, however, everything is still bullish, okay? Nothing changed. The market simply is now exactly inside of the structure. However, everything is still bullish. The market is still creating higher highs and higher lows, and we can absolutely not look for any shorts yet. However, this kind of situation could change very soon, since now the market also created a higher high. Why? Because we could have a beautiful opportunity if the market breaks and goes for a retest of this structure. Why? Because if you have an impulse, a correction, a higher high, and then the market breaks everything back to the downside and creates an equal low. At that point, after the retracement, we can be looking for the continuation to the downside for the creation of this head and shoulders. So if the market actually manages from here to break this structure to the downside, at that point, all this trend line, which is currently support, will be turned resistance at this area, which will be also in perfect confluence with the supply that we have on the weekly. And after a break on the retest of this level, this is exactly where the opportunity will be. And how we will be approaching this kind of opportunity with students? Well, first, let's go and see what we have from a COT perspective. So commitment of traders, so what the biggest banks and institutions are currently doing from an AUD and a JPY point of view. Now, from an AUD perspective, we can see that clearly net positions are decreasing from a positive 4.2K with 45K longs and 41K shorts to a negative 1K net positions with 46K shorts and 45K longs. So clearly the positioning of the AUD is shifting from a positive to a negative side, meaning that institutions are shifting their positioning to the short side. And if we go and see what we have from a JPY perspective, we can see net positions increasing. However, we still don't see any proper longs getting added, but as you know, we have a new report coming out today in which we could see them, and we can see the disparity between longs and shorts increasing to the long side. So JPY could be getting stronger, AUD is getting weaker, and if the market, and only if the market will actually manage to break below all the structure, then all the support that we have will be turned resistance. And after a retracement, a beautiful opportunity will be there, because at that point, with students inside of this area, we will be monitoring price action on the 4-hour time frame, because always remember, monthly, weekly, and daily are the best time frames when it comes to the direction of the market, but the best time frame for entry is the 4 hours. So inside of this area with students, we will be monitoring price action on the 4-hour time frame, waiting for the market to provide to us one of our valid entries. And as soon as the market will provide to us one of our valid entries, we will be taking a nice short with a very good risk to reward and very good probabilities for the move to the downside, creation of this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the downside, and for the market to reject the monthly resistance and create the monthly wave to the downside that we have spoken about at the beginning of the video. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis and education, make sure you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you, and I will see you in the next video.